Alright.
Space is distance. Okay, one last dip into the math to see how big this uncertainty is. Space is stretched by a factor equal to the effective mass times the gravitational constant divided by c squared. Let's replace the mass with the effective mass.
See how that works? Maxwellism. We're going to create a little tight little metrics here about what math is in terms of a fist fight real quick.
So let's get started with our actual calculus stuff. Oh, this is going to be awesome. So with our calculus, we're going to talk about limits first. Now, our limits is really the basis to our calculus. It's how we do calculus. We're going to find out some kind of tricks to calculus later, but for right now, if you know how to do limits, you're going to be able to do calculus. So it's probably a pretty important idea.
Well, if it does,
So
there
we're
will
going
be
to
a
find that out
sign
towards
from
the
the
last part of
heavens
this
that I should
class.
stop.
For right now, I
probing
want to lead
the
you through
secrets.
an introduction to calculus. So what it's all
Sorry?
about. Are you ready to learn that? So review is over with. Thankfully. Now we're going to slow down just a little bit. We're going to talk about actual calculus stuff. So no more really hair
Change the
raising.
subject, yes.
Oh my gosh, so much stuff.
Well,
we're going to go a little bit slower, but it's going to be more in depth. You ready for it?
I should explain the subject. This is about twisters. This perhaps you can see.
Slightly slower.
I hope it's all right to
In calculus, we
pay
have
my respects to Jörg for his wonderful birthday and the conference in honor of this.
Okay, let's get back to the space-time bits here.
The mass of our photon, its energy over c squared, and the energy of the photon is Planck's constant times c squared over the wavelength. We have this thing that's
basic
full
goals
of our wonderful
in calculus
fundamental
one.
constants.
You know, to
In
approach
fact,
calculus. So,
in the exact
here
form
are
as
your
the
goals.
Planck length squared divided by the wavelength. And this is where I hope it gets interesting. As you pump up the energy of the photon, reducing the wavelength also reduces the regular Heisenberg uncertainty.
Goal number
But at
one.
the same time,
The
this
first
new
goal, the one
uncertainty
that we're going to spend most of
increases.
our class on, at least the
You're
first
still
half
winning
of
the
our class
uncertainty
on.
game up to a point.